Hey you, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Great to be here.
Today we're strapping in for, well, a pretty thrilling exploration into the world of generative AI.
Absolutely. It's definitely reshaping things.
Yeah, and its impact on creative fields, it's just explosive. If you're anything like us, you're probably buzzing with questions about how this tech is going to change how we make things, art, music, videos.
The whole shebang, really.
Exactly. You want to get the inside scoop and, get it now without getting totally bogged down in technical stuff.
Well, hopefully you've come to the right place.
We think so.
We've been diving deep into a whole stack of the latest research articles, all focused on how generative AI is shaking up creative industries. And our mission today, pretty simple actually. We want to give you a clear, exciting, and honestly a genuinely persuasive look at how this technology is really poised to be an incredible help for anyone in creative pursuits.
Yeah, a real asset.
We're talking real-world examples, tons of potential, while also, touching on some of the challenges that pop up with such fast changes.
Okay, so let's jump right in then. We keep hearing this term generative AI. What's the core idea?
Right. So at its heart, generative AI is all about AI systems that have this amazing ability to basically dream up and produce totally new original content.
Original content.
Yeah, think text that sounds human-written, images that spark your imagination, audio that feels, emotional, videos telling stories, even working computer code.
Wow.
And often this just starts from a simple instruction, a prompt from someone like you.
So this isn't like the AI that just looks at data that's already there. It's actually making new stuff.
Precisely, yeah. Traditional AI, it's great at spotting patterns, making predictions based on data it's seen before. Generative AI, it's a leap forward. It's actually a content creator. It learns the sort of underlying patterns, the characteristics from huge amounts of training data, and then it synthesizes something completely new that, shares those characteristics. It's almost like it learns the grammar of creativity and then starts writing its own poetry or painting its own pictures.
That almost sounds like, magic. What's making this possible? What's the secret sauce?
Well, the magic is really down to some very sophisticated algorithms.
Wow.
Especially things called deep learning and neural networks.
Right. Neural networks.
Yeah.
Like the brain.
Kind of inspired by it, yeah. Think of them as really smart filters that learn to recognize and reproduce patterns in data. Deep learning just means using lots and lots of layers of these filters to get a handle on really complex patterns.
Okay.
These systems just devour massive data sets, that's the training data, to figure out the hidden styles, the structures. Then, using some advanced probability and all those patterns it's learned, the model can piece together new content that fits.
And the training data itself is key, I guess.
Oh, absolutely crucial. The quality, the diversity, the sheer size of that data, it all massively impacts how good, how original, how relevant the output is. Bad data leads to errors or biases.
Gotcha. And these foundation models, or LLMs, are those the big players here?
Definitely the rock stars right now. Foundation models are like the Swiss Army knives of AI. Huge models trained on incredibly diverse data, billions of data points.
Billions, wow.
Yeah. So because they've learned so much general stuff, they can be adapted for a huge range of specific tasks pretty quickly. Large language models, LLMs like the GPT series, perfect example.
Yeah.
They're foundation models specifically built for understanding and generating human-like text. They're the engines behind so many of the text-based AI tools you see.
Now, I've heard it can be hard to know exactly how the AI gets to a specific result, that black box idea.
That's a really good point. Yeah, the inner workings, especially for these really advanced deep neural networks, they often feel like a black box. We get the math underneath, but tracing the exact step-by-step path to one particular output, super challenging. It's down to countless tiny interactions between all its artificial neurons and the weights it learned during training.
Right.
And you have to remember, the output is fundamentally probabilistic. It's predicting the most likely next thing a word, a pixel, based on patterns.
So it's not deterministic.
Exactly. That's why asking the same thing twice might give you slightly different but maybe equally creative answers.
Oh.
And it also explains why sometimes AI generates stuff that sounds okay but is just wrong or nonsensical. People call those hallucinations.
Right, I've heard that term.
Yeah. And that unpredictability really underlines why human oversight, that creative eye, critical judgment, It's still so vital, especially when you need accuracy. It's less direct control, more like guiding the AI's creative flow.
Okay, that gives us a really solid grounding in what generative AI actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get to the super exciting part, the promise for us creative types.
Yes. This is where it gets really interesting. There's this huge wave of optimism sweeping through creative industries because of generative AI, and for good reason.
Tell me more. What are the biggest wins we're seeing?
Well, first off, just think about the incredible gains in efficiency and productivity.
Okay.
All those repetitive kind of time-sucking tasks that slow down the creative flow.
Like what?
Things like banging out initial concepts for a marketing campaign, maybe drafting the first version of some website copy, creating basic logo ideas, or even analyzing a script for plot points. AI can step in and handle a lot of that.
Which frees you up.
Exactly. It frees up your precious time and brain power to focus on the bigger picture, the strategy, the really complex conceptual stuff, the unique human touch. Imagine the potential cost savings, the faster project turnarounds.
That sounds like an absolute game changer for anyone juggling multiple projects.
Oh.
What else is exciting?
Then there's the potential for totally new kinds of creative expression. Generative AI isn't just about speed. It can genuinely be a catalyst for innovation. It can unlock artistic styles, musical genres, visual aesthetics, interactive stories, things that were maybe really difficult or even impossible before.
Wow.
Think of it like an endless source of inspiration, or maybe a co-creator suggesting unexpected ideas. Or even a whole new kind of instrument to experiment with new techniques, new media.
Like having a muse constantly available.
Kind of, yeah, muse on demand. It's pretty cool.
That is truly inspiring. A super-powered collaborator right there.
Exactly. And another really important piece is the democratization of creation. Meaning these user-friendly AI tools are making content creation way more accessible. People without super specialized skills or expensive software can now visualize ideas, generate text, even compose simple music.
So lowering the barrier to entry.
Massively. It opens up huge opportunities for individuals, small businesses, anyone with an idea, really, empowering a whole new wave of creators.
So does this mean anyone can just become a pro artist or musician overnight?
Well, that's the interesting paradox, isn't it? While the tools are easier to access, making something truly great, original, impactful still usually requires, deep understanding, artistic judgment. Taste, exactly. And the skill to guide the AI effectively, to prompt it well, and then critically evaluate what comes back. Just typing a basic phrase won't magically produce a masterpiece.
Right.
The real magic happens when human vision directs the AI's power. The human brings the direction, the refinement, the final polish.
So the role changes.
Yeah, it evolves. Maybe less pure production, more curation, strategy. Some people are calling it an AI whisperer. Someone who really knows how to leverage the tech to realize a unique vision. It's about amplifying human creativity, definitely not replacing it.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Augmenting abilities, making things more accessible. So let's get concrete. How is this actually being used right now across different creative sectors?
Okay, let's start with music production. The core stuff. Composing, songwriting, recording, producing, which involves arranging, mixing, mastering live shows, even rights management.
Right, a complex world. Where's AI fitting in?
In so many places. For composing and melody generation, you've got tools like Suno, AIVA. You can literally type in a description like upbeat indie pop track, and it generates melodies, even full pieces.
Seriously?
Yeah. And for sound design, AI can create totally unique sounds or incredibly realistic emulations of instruments. On the technical side, tools like Landar or Isotope Ozone use AI to automatically analyze and tweak audio tracks for mixing and mastering.
Automating some of that grind.
Exactly. We're even seeing AI generate stems separating out instruments, or create realistic vocals, or even clone and modify existing voices. Though, obviously, there are ethical questions there.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, LLMs can help write lyrics based on themes or styles. AI is just weaving itself into almost every stage now.
That's amazing. It must speed things up and potentially unlock new sounds.
Absolutely. Take Adobe's Project Music Gen AI Control. You describe music in text, it generates it, and then gives you really detailed control over tempo, structure, all sorts of things.
So generation and control.
Exactly. It really simplifies creating custom audio. It shows that trend AI generates, but humans refine and control. The musician becomes more like an AI conductor or curator, prompting, selecting, combining. adding their artistic vision.
Okay, fascinating. Let's switch gears to visual arts and graphic design. What's happening there?
Another area seeing huge change. This covers everything from, traditional painting, digital art, illustration, to logos, web design, print, branding.
And AI's role. Give me some cool examples.
Okay, well, image generation is massive. Tools like Midjourney, DALL-E 3, Stable Diffusion, Adobe Firefly. You just type a description and boom, images appear.
For concept art marketing.
Exactly. Or even potentially finished pieces. Then there's style transfer, applying the look of one image to another. And for editing, AI is automating tedious stuff like background removal, upscaling images without losing quality, color correction. Adobe Sensei does a lot of this.
Making designers' lives easier.
For sure. Platforms like Designs.ai can quickly generate logos and banners. Designers are using AI for rapid prototyping, exploring tons of design options and aesthetics really quickly. And AI features are being built right into software like Adobe Creative Suite.
So it's becoming part of the standard toolkit.
Increasingly, yes. Think about concept artists for games or films using Midjourney. They can generate hundreds of visual ideas for characters or environments super fast.
As a starting point.
Yeah, a powerful brainstorming and visualization tool. It gives the human designers a much richer place to start from, letting them explore way more ideas than before. And again, you see this rise of the prompt engineer or AI art director, knowing how to write effective prompts. That's becoming a crucial skill.
Really interesting. Okay, what about film and video? That seems incredibly complex.
It is complex. You've got screenwriting, pre-production storyboarding, casting, filming itself, then all of post-production editing, VFX, sound, color, and distribution. But AI is definitely making inroads everywhere.
How? Where?
Okay, script writing. AI can help brainstorm ideas, plot points, even draft dialogue. Some studios are even using AI to analyze scripts for potential success.
Wow.
Pre-production. AI can automatically generate storyboards or basic animatics from scripts, saves a ton of time. Then you have video generation tools like Runway Gen 2, Synthesia, OpenAI's Sora.
Sora, yeah, that made waves.
Big waves. They can create or edit video just from text or images. Super useful for things like e-learning, marketing content, maybe more soon.
And special effects. VFX.
AI is helping create realistic backgrounds, digital characters, automating lots of time-consuming VFX work. Post-production is getting automated too, automatic subtitles, text-based video editing, even automatically editing footage from multiple cameras, and even voice cloning or generating synthetic voices for voiceovers with tools like voice.ai. It's really spreading through the whole workflow.
That is absolutely mind-blowing. It feels like it could change the entire filmmaking pipeline.
It really could. Look at that AI-generated commercial by Chris Salters. He used ChatGPT for the script, Midjourney for images, Runway to animate them.
Right, I saw that.
It's a great example of rapid prototyping. But importantly, it also showed the need for human curation, direction, and refinement to make it truly work. Yeah,
it wasn't perfect out of the box.
Not yet, anyway. And it raises questions about authenticity, especially with video generation and deep fakes. We have to acknowledge those challenges exist. Copyright, bias, misinformation, the uncanny valley sometimes. We're focusing on the positive potential today, but those issues are definitely part of the conversation.
Understood. So, wrapping this up, it's clear generative AI offers just incredible potential across all these creative fields. What's the main takeaway for our listeners today?
I think the overarching message really is one of immense excitement, genuine optimism about how generative AI can truly assist and empower creative people.
Amplify, not replace.
Exactly. Amplify our abilities, unlock totally new creative avenues, and make powerful tools accessible to more people. It's about augmenting human creativity in really profound ways.
And we've seen that with the examples in music, visuals, film.
Absolutely. We're seeing this shift, right? AI becomes a valuable co-creator, a brainstorming partner, a tool that handles the routine stuff.
Freeing up humans for the high-level thinking.
Precisely. Letting creatives focus on strategy, concept, the unique spark that, well, only we can provide.
It sounds like an incredibly exciting time to be working in a creative field.
It truly is. We're really on the edge of a new era, this fusion of human imagination and AI. It just opens up possibilities we couldn't have dreamed of a few years ago. It's a time to embrace it, experiment, see how these tools can enhance your own unique creative voice.
Okay, so as we close out this deep dive, what's one final thought you want to leave everyone mulling over?
I just encourage you, really, start exploring how you might weave generative AI into your own creative work. Dive in. Play with the tools. See how they can spark ideas, streamline things, maybe help you realize visions you thought were out of reach.
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Exactly. Embrace the potential. And always remember your unique human perspective, your critical judgment. That's more valuable than ever in this evolving landscape. The future of creativity is collaborative, and honestly, it looks incredibly exciting.